Right, guys, we are now, they're all laughing because I wasn't ready. It's okay, we can edit, we can edit. Look inside the pot there, Shani. That's got a little bit of olive oil and butter. Just a little knob of butter and about a tablespoon of oil. Take it off for 2 seconds while I'm explaining to you. Pizza sauce to be ready for our cook-along. Look, there's the dough we just made. In about an hour's time, that'll hopefully have doubled in size when the yeast has done its work. Pizza sauce, Dills, because we got to put sauce on the
pizza.
Pizza, exactly. So easy to make. Check out what's on the board here, Shani. I have 1 chopped onion. Don't worry about how big or small you chop it, because we're going to blitz it. I have about 5 or 6 cloves of garlic. I have 1 tin of chopped tomatoes. A little bit of tomato puree. Look at that. Oregano, or mixed herbs, or Italian seasoning, anything like that is fine. I'm using oregano, that's what I have. A little bit of red wine. You don't need to use it. This adds to the You do know, like, we're filming. You're sneezing away. They're all watching you, Dills. You got millions of fans now. You got to be careful. There'll be fellas out there going, coronavirus. You're sneezing. Can't do that. Dills, coronavirus could be in the sauce. Okay, you followed the right etiquette. You elbowed and everything, yeah? Perfect. Pepper and salt. You see, we're not right in the head, lads, in this house. Like, we just have our own little conversations. Isn't that what we do, Dills? Yeah. Okay, so here's what we do, right? Medium heat, we want to sweat down the onion. Throw it in like so. Dills, you have a big job coming up. Stirry, stirry, stirry in 2 seconds. Go on, you can stir it away there now. Nice and gentle. Okay, now, all my garlic in. Keep stirring. Look how easy this is. What do we want to do? We want to sweat down the garlic and onion so that it softens nicely. We can season everything now as well. Look, a good lump of rock salt. I only ever use flaked rock salt, guys. That's all I ever use in cooking. Plenty of the oregano. Okay, so I'm going to put in probably about a tablespoon of oregano. Stop stirring for a sec so people can see you right in the pot there, champ. So look at that. I'm putting in plenty of oregano. Almost a tablespoon. Or you use whatever. Mixed herbs, Italian seasoning, whatever. Bring your elbow the other way and I put in the pepper. Keep stirring. A good 20 or 30 twists of the peppercorn. Lovely. And that's given us all a chance for the onions and the garlic to be softening down. That's perfect. Relax. Leave it there for a sec now. Lovely. How simple is this? And this is the base to any simple tomato sauce, okay? Get that all mixing and already you'll have an amazing smell on the go. Now, the reason why I'm showing you how to make this in advance, guys, when we're doing the pizza cook-along, you'll have your dough made already if you're following us, and you'll have your tomato sauce, because ideally you want this to be cold before you put it on the dough. If it's a bit warm, don't worry about it, but ideally you want it to be cold. That's why I'm showing you these videos in advance. Now, fantastic. Okay, tomato puree. Don't forget, guys, we're back to cooking, not baking, so we don't need to measure anything, but about a tablespoon of tomato puree, maybe a tablespoon and a half, doesn't really matter. The reason why we're using tomato puree, it gives us a really, really intense tomato flavor in the sauce, and that's what we want. How are we looking there, Dills? Perfect, give me one look. Right into the pan, showing you careful of the steam. Now, leave that there for literally 30 seconds to soften, soften, soften. Okay, press stop on that now. So, we have now sweated that down literally for how long, Dills?
30 seconds.
About 30 seconds. So kids, count for 30 seconds. You can leave the stage out if you want. I recommend you don't. A little bit of red wine to deglaze the bottom, and then we're going to let that all reduce. It just gives a beautiful flavour into it. You're talking maybe, look at this. That's all we're talking. Not even half a glassful. Straight into the pot, champ. So we've it nice and hot, and already that's beginning to reduce already. Give that about another 30 seconds, guys, to reduce and also to thicken up a little bit. Okay, stop. So that's 30 seconds or so. You can see it, look. It's thickened up nicely. That's exactly what we're looking for. Now, kids, 1 tin of chopped tomatoes. If you can't find chopped tomatoes, use the plum tomatoes. A tin of tomatoes is fine. Throw it in. Get it all in there. And here's what I always do, because I hate to waste anything. I'm literally putting in maybe a mouthful of the red wine just to clean the can. Isn't that right, Dills?
Yeah.
Okay, get all the bits and pieces out of the can. You pour that in, Dills. I give the hands a quick wash. Perfecto. One can, El Vino. Now, like I said, guys, the reason why we're doing this is that you're ready for our pizza cook-along. You'll have your dough made and your pizza sauce made before we even start. And that's what's going to make us stay together, be able to cook together. So straight into that, Shawnee. Look at that. We give that all a good mix up. And what I'm going to do is I'm literally reducing that on heat for about maybe 1 minute to 1.5 minutes. And then we're going to blitz it. And that is our pizza sauce made for the pizzas. You can buy this stuff, lads, but we've all got nothing to do during the day. So that's why I want you making this. You've just made a perfect tomato sauce to go with meatballs, to go on a pork chop, to go on a piece of fish. Just showed you how to do all that, okay? So that's why we're doing it. But for today, when we blitz it, what is it, Dills? Pizza sauce. Pizza sauce. Okay, we reduce for 1 minute and then we blitz. Perfect. Turn that off. Now, guys, here we go. So we have been reducing Dills for about a minute or so. So that the liquid, we don't want it completely thick. We want a little bit of liquid in there, but we want half that liquid gone. Noisy while I blitz it. While I blitz it, Shawnee, you go straight into the pot so people can see. Okay, press stop there. Now, blitzy, Dills. Okay, so look at this. That's exactly the consistency we're looking. If, show up to me, Shawnee. If by any chance you blitz this and it still seems too liquidy and you didn't reduce it enough, back on a low heat for 2 or 3 minutes to simmer and let it all reduce. You want as much the liquid to reduce as to make it a nice sauce consistency. Okay. Now, that's us pretty much done. Perfecto. Let's clip that off. Dills, throw this into the El Cinco. Perfect. And now, see, put in our tomato sauce, our pizza sauce. Straight into that. Absolutely perfect. See, now you know why I want you to make it in advance so that it's cool and you can put straight onto your pizza dough. Because what would happen if we put that onto the cold dough and the sauce was hot, Dills?
Cook it.
Yeah, well, it would make shite of it, wouldn't it? Yeah, so we don't want to make shite of our pizza dough after we went all the hassle of making fresh pizza dough. So when that's nice and cool, it'll thicken up a little bit, and then you can just spread it on like a jam. That's how you make your pizza sauce. That's how you make your pizza dough. Do them both in advance and be ready for Saturday for when we do our cook-along live. What are we making? Chicken.
Yeah. With chips.
Chicken, what are we doing? Oh yeah, I'm thinking chicken and chips. Oh, we're making chicken and chips.